Ladies, I don't know why you bought into this man-hating, you know, feminist nonsense, um, but unfortunately, most of you have, and it's killing the country. Um, I grew up in the '70s, '80s. I always thought when I was growing up that women were very smart, smarter than men for the most part, um, and I thought that was true back then. But now, in the last maybe I don't know, 15 years, 20 years, it seems like your IQs have all dropped 50 points. And you just follow along like sheeple. Some man hating lesbian feminist tells you men are responsible for this, and you go, yeah, yeah, all right, yeah. Woman power, woman power. Sounds a lot like white power, doesn't it? I mean, you become militant. And for what? You have everything. Literally everything. There's nothing you don't have. Nothing. And some of you go, well, we don't have the White House. Well, vote for a woman then. If more than half the voters, registered voters, are women, so then why aren't you voting for them? Because unfortunately, we haven't had too many good female candidates, and the ones we have had that were good, like Tulsi Gabbard, for example, and, because they weren't toeing the line of their party, they got snubbed out by their own party. Because it's all a bunch of bull out there now. Um, and we all know that, a good woman, of course, she's going to do good as a president. I mean, if you trust a woman to be governor of your state, which is much more responsible for your daily life than a president, why wouldn't you trust her to be president? Of course you would. But unfortunately, it seems like the good ones usually don't run. I'm not sure why, but they usually don't, or maybe because they're, I don't know, too nice. I don't know what it is. They don't get the backing, and then they drop out. But back to what I was saying. Too many women now have fallen in this. Everything's revolves around feminism, and unfortunately, you become so almost obsessed with it, and then you become too self-centered and selfish. I mean, it used to be in the olden timey days when I was growing up. It used to be that a woman would sacrifice her wants and needs for her children, for her family, for her community, for her country. And the men, most of the men, would do the same thing. They would put themselves last, and they would put their wife and kids first, their community and their country first, second, and then themselves last. And the country was much better. Of course, we had problems. You're always going to have problems in a big country, but things were much better. Now, it seems like most men are still pretty much have that mentality, but women now, it's just me, 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 me. Even their own kids, they don't put them ahead of themselves. I mean, they're so quick to have abortions, um, go right back to work after having kids, and just throw their kids in daycare with a nanny. So who's raising the kids? So while you're off working and trying to be a corporate person or whatever, have your career, congratulations, your kids are getting indoctrinated and being turned into transgenders, and you have no control over it. You don't even know what's happening because you're too busy with your other life. You have to have the right balance. You can have kids and work, but you can't just, you have to really concentrate on the kids. My sister did. She had four boys, and solid career, worked a lot of hours, but she always had time for the kids. She would make them breakfast, she'd make them dinner, and she'd talk to them, and she knew what was happening in their life. And so those four boys, they're good. They're good kids. None of them have been arrested for anything. They're not in gangs. They're not in any problem. They're all out working, and and just, trying to do what they want to do in life. Unfortunately, but she's a little older than me, so we're of a different generation. Too many women nowadays, I don't know. I don't know what it is. You just fall into this thing that everything's an attack on men. Men don't care what you do. I mean, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you don't want to do this and that. Go for it. Do it. No, very few men out there are trying to stop you. Almost no one is. Go do it. They're not trying to tell you what to do. When it comes to abortion, though, sometimes, they want you to think of the unborn child before you just kill the thing. It is a life. And then if you don't think you want the child to raise it, okay, have it and give it up for adoption. Let it have a chance at a good life. But you look at that as, oh, it's a man trying to tell me what to do with my... No, that's not what it is. They're trying to save that child's life. And that's it. It's nothing else. It's not a sexist thing. It's nothing else. It's just them trying to protect that life. Anyway, I went off track a little bit, but I don't know. I'm just venting because I'm just too many women. It's just all they think of is women first, women first, women first, and nobody else is really second. It's just women, 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 and that really needs to stop. Anyway, thanks.